Hey Luke, Ben here going through some video analysis work of your swing and just been watching your swing for a little while and found some things that I think you can work on. I played professional baseball for a long time and do video analysis work for a living and look forward to passing on some knowledge of the stuff that I learned in professional baseball to be able to do that for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. In regards to our stance is in pretty good shape. I would turn those toes in a little bit and get more balance and get more athletic. I would take those hands and take that barrel of the bat so it's not so flat. I would kind of angle it up a little bit, and what that's going to do, not straight up, but just creates more of a downhill angle for me compared to having it more even with our hands. Just kind of angle it up a little bit higher so it's kind of in there. I would bend your knees a little bit more in regards to that, get a little bit more athletic and turn those toes in compared to kind of just laying it on the back foot. I think it's going to help you with just getting you stronger. I want to get more out of your lower half and then more out of your swing to help with some power and some things. So as you go into our next part of our video analysis is more what's called our land foot. When you land, you're going to notice how we're going to land more turned out. And at this part of our swing, you can see that that heel is facing more over here. I want that heel to be facing more of these guys doing their drills out there on the grass, and you can see how what that does is if you step open like that, it's just going to not have a lot of power into it. So you want to land closed. Hitting's about hitting against a firm closed front side, and as you can see with this, you're hitting more against an open front side with your toe is pointing more towards the first baseman or the second baseman or the pitcher. Compared to, I want your toe, your feet, instead of pointing like this, I want it more pointed like that. So you can be more on the ball of my foot and having it more closed so I can hit against a closed, firm front side. And that's very important in regards to our land foot. As I go to swing, you can see it kind of stays open. The next thing I notice in regards to our hands is that our hands drop. And at this point of our swing, when your hands drop that way, then obviously my barrel is going to go uphill, and that's where I don't want it to go. So what you want to do is you want your hands at this point of your swing is to be still high up in here. So if I take a circle here, at this point of our swing, you want those hands to be up here. When your hands stay up, you're going to be able to work downhill and through the ball. But when your hands fall, then they have nothing to do but go uphill. So it's very important for this part of your swing. You'll notice how this bottom arm is pretty straight. What you want to do at this point of your swing, you want to have a nice angle in your arms right there. So if I angle my arms and my elbow to keep a nice 90-degree angle still, then my hands will be a lot higher. And that's going to help us really get more power and to be more down and through the baseball. So as I continue on with my swing, you can see at contact, if I back up here, what happens is I don't have a lot of lower half. You know, my front half, I'm not hitting against a closed front side. My front side is open. So you can see if I'm pointing more towards the pitcher, that's going to be an open front side. This is going to be a closed front side. The other thing is you need to have good separation with your knees. You need to have some space in between there. So at this point of our swing, you want to have your back foot to be back more in this area, and you want your knee kind of that angle to be here and to be more here. And you can see that our back foot and our feet are too close together, which makes us just not have a lot of power and not be able to be very consistent. This, I think for this one we were underneath the ball, but we were also kind of late and got jammed. And I think some of that deals with your lower half and not having a firm front side to hit against is going to make a big influence onto that. And you can see at the end of our swing, we kind of fell over. We need to be able to hold our finish. That's a really important drill for you, is to really take your finish and hold it. For you right now, it's huge about mechanics and just fundamentals of watching this video a bunch of times and getting on a tee and just doing it right 100 times. Doing your stance right. When you take your stride, you make sure that your stride is right. When you do your hit at contact, you need to make sure that your posture is right. At the end of your swing, you need to hold your finish, and you need to make sure that your feet are the right distance apart, and it looks like what it should be doing. So those are the things of just getting through the basics. I think are going to make a huge difference for you in regards to your swing and that type of thing. So looking at another video here, you can see as you begin to go, your hands begin to drop on you. Very important to see how much that front foot opens up. This is a big one. Don't have that front foot open up like that. You need to really focus on having that thing stay closed, and that's going to make a big deal and a big difference for you. Instead of having it like this, you got to close off that front side. Going into the next part of our swing, you can see how much those hands drop. Right? If I back up a frame or two, got to make sure those hands don't drop. See how low those hands are? At this point of our swing, that barrel's got to be above the baseball, and my hands have to be in this angle here, and that's going to give me that chance to really work downhill and really go after this baseball right here. But if my hands drop to where they are, put that circle around them, and you want to make sure that those hands, you're just going to go uphill and you're going to be underneath the ball and not have a lot of power. So I think that's going to be huge, is that working on that bat path to make sure that I'm working downhill and just having it to where I would focus on like having a high tee. So you can just put up a nice high tee where your hands have to get above, put a bucket or a chair and just put a tee and put it where that ball's nice and high. So I really got to get my hands above the baseball and working down. You can see a contact. If that front side is open, I'm losing power. If that back side's up on my toe, then I'm losing power. So we're losing power in all of our lower half, so it transfers to our upper half, making us late and making us not have a lot of power. So this is going to make some huge differences in regards to your swing. Just got to watch this video over and over again and keep working through it. We really appreciate you coming to camp, and we wish you the best the rest of the summer and look forward to having you back real soon.